Hi guys, so I am here to do a kitchen organizational video this time to show you guys how I have organized my kitchen. So the first thing I will show you are the cupboards here. And there's not a whole lot in here, just some empty jars that we keep for storing foods. Mostly like if I make like spaghetti sauces or whatever. We have our, this is like a hot chocolate maker that we got. And popsicle maker. We keep like our jug here, our salad spinner. And then what I did is I bought this little storage bin to put cooking utensils that we don't use very often in there so that they're not cluttering up the drawer. It's just a lot easier that way because we had a lot like in the drawer that we usually keep our utensils in. It was getting full and kind of like out of control. So I just took out the ones that I don't use very often and put them in here. We have this that I bought, which is supposed to store your onions, like leftover onions, but we have yet to have like leftover onions, so we haven't actually used it yet. And we have our deep fryer, our kettle, and then we keep our onions and potatoes and our electric frying pan. So that's down there. And then this is the part that I was very excited about, was this cupboard space, because it was like getting really full, and it was like we used to have like everything kind of stacked up on top of one another, and it was just really like not very accessible. So this hasn't changed. This has been like this since we moved in. So I have our tall glasses, our little short glasses, and they like stack back to there. And then I have these little glasses, and then Alex has his Game of Thrones glasses. And then what I did is I bought these little shelf dividers, and so it gives you extra storage. So we were able to divide up all of our plates by sizes, and so now it's like so much better, because we used to have these on top of here, and then we used to have these on top of these, and it was just hard. So we have our corn on the cob holders and our plates, and we have our ice cream bowls. And then I did the same thing up here so that we could separate our mugs, because we used to have them stacked on top of one another. So now we can just reach in and pull out a mug. We have our little, what are these called? Corningware cooking dishes, because those used to be up on the top shelf and I couldn't even reach them without a stool. And then I put another divider up top, so we have some more cooking dishes. These are things that we don't use very often, so those go up there. And then we have our serving dishes up there, which I haven't even really used, to be honest, because I don't really have company over to use them, but one day I will, I'm sure. And then we have our wine glasses and dessert bowls and stuff like that. And then I went out, and at the dollar store I found this 2-pack of cork, and I bought like a spray tack, and so I was able to stick them to the inside of the cupboard, and I was able to turn it into a little cork board, so that, because we used to have a cork board on our wall and it was like taking up space on the wall. It didn't look very nice, so this keeps everything hidden away, so it's nice and neat. And then over here we have our little knife holder. I have a little thing where I keep scrap bits of paper and some pens and stuff. I keep my pill sorter here, and then I keep all of my medications in this little basket that I got at the dollar store up on top here. We have our little bread box, which we usually don't keep bread in it, but right now this bread has a pretty far expiry date, so otherwise we usually freeze our bread. And I keep some medications in there and stuff. We have our fruit bowl, we have our little canister set that holds tea, coffee, sugar, and flour, and we have like a little sugar bowl, like if we're having tea. We have our Nestea there. I have this little thing. I got it like really cheap at Canadian Tire, and it holds some of our cooking utensils that we use often. We have our toaster, and then in this cupboard, the top part holds like serving trays and stuff, and then this shelf is all like baking stuff. And then here we bought this Lazy Susan at IKEA. It was really inexpensive, and it's nice because we have like these corner cupboards that go really far back, and when we had things in there without this Lazy Susan, things were just getting shoved back and it was hard to get to stuff. So here we've got our hot chocolate, our teas, basically like we have like some candy and mints, hot chocolate, drinks, like that kind of stuff. And Riley's TREATS are in the corner here. I don't want to say it because he will wake up and come running. In here, I bought this cool spice rack from Regal, and it's so cool because it just looks like a little drawer system, and then you pull it out and you pull it down and you have all of your spices, and you can fit like 2 rows in each thing. It is so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it, as you can see there. And then I have some of our bigger bottles of spices and stuff here, as well as some packets back there. And we have our salt and pepper shakers, some wet naps that were left over from Boston Pizza. And then I bought this little packet storage unit from Solutions. You can probably get it at the Container Store in the US. And it was only like, I think $4 or $5. And it has like tiered levels, and so we keep like our gravy mixes or our slow cooker mixes and stuff like that in there. And then up here I have our food storage containers just stacked up according to their size, and then I have the lids at the side here. And then up top are like napkins and paper plates and stuff. On the inside of the cupboard, I put these from our, like, to do with like our recycling and stuff, just so we know like what to do with certain items. And then in the other corner cupboard here, I got 2 more Lazy Susans from IKEA as well. So we hold like all different things on there, all there. And then we have like our rices and like sidekicks and stuff, cereal. And then at the back is where I keep my stockpile of, let me see if I can show you guys, of like sauces and stuff. And so I usually like stack them back there according to like when they were purchased, like according to expiry date. And down here we have another Lazy Susan where we have like our soups and things like that. We keep our cooking oils and things down here, pastas, oatmeal. Yeah. And then in the drawers, I have, you know, just your regular cutlery tray. And then I have stuff stashed at the side, like some extra measuring spoons. We have these like metal straws, like reusable straws basically. Little dessert, like parfait dish spoons. And we have, whoops, we have, oh, look at that, this supposed to actually be back there. And then we have like little serving tongs and serving spoons and stuff like that there. And then I bought this little basket at the dollar store, and it holds our dessert forks as well as like extra serving spoons and some plastic cutlery in there. And then in this drawer we have like our utensils. It's a little bit crazy in there right now. I usually have it a little bit more laid out, more organized. Actually, some of these are supposed to be in here. Alex sometimes doesn't put them back in the right place. Oops. But yeah, like we try to keep those in there. And yeah, so we have like, you know, like our peelers, mashers, just ice cream scoopers, things that we use frequently in there. And then this drawer has pens. I bought these little drawer dividers at the dollar store. They were like dirt cheap. So we have one little square one, and they all hook onto one another so they don't move around. We have one for elastics, one for pens and whiteout, and then this one has like some takeout menus and battery chargers, gripper to open things, tape. We have more battery chargers and like cleaning brushes and stuff. And then down here is where I keep our little kitchen hand towels, dishcloths, tea towels to dry dishes with, oven mitts, that kind of thing. And then above the sink, we have a cupboard where I keep our snacks and our water bottles and thermoses. And this is just an empty tin that I often use. Like if I bake cookies, I'll store them in there. Under the sink is where I keep these things. So again, I just bought a cheap little basket at the dollar store. It holds our dish soap, some disinfectant wipes, J-cloths, dishwasher rinse, and then a little drying rack. And then here we have our dishwasher soap and cleaner. And then I bought these at the dollar store as well, and they stack up on one another. And I used my label maker to label them. So this is SOS pads. And then we have kitchen catchers, well, like garbage bags essentially. And then we have our Swiffer duster refills. We have cleaning rags, and then cleaning cloths for drying. And then I bought this little handy thing here from Solutions, and it was really cheap as well. I can't remember the exact price, but it holds things like wax paper, tinfoil, saran wrap, and Ziploc bags. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we just have like a little towel rack in here to hold tea towels. And this is our other bag holder. This is the first one that we bought before the one from IKEA. And this one attaches to the cupboard. And it's kind of overflowing with bags, but we just keep them in there, and you can pull them out from the bottom or the top or whatever. So we have those there. And then in here, I just have our cleaning supplies. I put a little hook there for our duster, and we have another little towel rack that holds like dusting rags and stuff. Like we put them there to dry. And I hang these little hand towels on the oven. And then this is a tea towel like for drying dishes. We just hang it there to dry it before hanging it back up in the cupboard. And then the last thing is our island. We have lots of cupboard space here. So I will quickly show you what I've done. We purchased a lid rack from Solutions as well. And again, it was a really good price. It's been a while since I've bought these, so I can't really remember the prices, but everything was really reasonable. And so it holds our lids to our pots. And then we bought these little dividers from IKEA so that we can stack our pans vertically. So before they used to be stacked horizontally on top of one another. It was such a pain to get to them. So now they're vertical, so you just pull out whatever pan you want. The only thing is that I don't particularly like these ones that we got from IKEA because they are round and they're big, and so things like these round pans kind of just fall through them. So if I was to do it again, I would have looked around more because Solutions actually has dividers like this that are a lot better and a lot cheaper. So I would have done that. And then we also bought a little pan rack so that we can just stack our pans and they're not actually on top of one another. You just pull them out from the rack. And that was from Solutions as well. And then we do have our pots stacked, but it's not a huge deal because there's not a ton of them. And then the top shelf just has our cheese grater, hand mixer, electric carving knife, mixing bowls, and like baking dishes and stuff. And then down here we have our crock pot, colander, and our blender and Yunana's maker. So yeah, so that is how I organize the kitchen. And I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.